with that name. This for me was I could call it a lot of things. It's actualizing your creativity, whatever that means. To me, it was my favorite day. Not for real, but when it happened, yeah, it was amazing. So I just started with this picture because this happened when I was living in Chicago. And that's a shot I took on a foggy day, and I thought, that's nice. So what's that? No, that's I still call it the Sears Tower. I forget what it's called now. Does anyone know? Okay, they got bought out anyway, yeah. So what I wanted to do, I was bored, still hadn't found a job, and I lived in Skokie, which is north of Chicago. And I said, I'm going to ride my bike all the way downtown. Well, I'm a little lazier than I thought. I drove my car to just below Evanston, if you know where that is, and rode my bike. It's about a 45-minute ride. You might have heard me talk about that I smoke still. It's annoying. I can't help it. Yeah, I can, but I don't choose to yet. I hide in alleys. I go around. It's hell. In public, it is. So, but this is important because I got down to a point and I saw the city finally along this path that goes along the lake shore. And I had my cigarette. And see, this is different now. And this is what I saw. I just sat down and I was like looking at it. I thought, that's cool. You know what that looks like to me? The beach reminded me of the yellow brick road with the Emerald City in the background. And I thought, good, because I'm going to be so bored alone riding my bike down. What am I going to do? I'm just going to buy a hot dog from a vendor. And I thought, I got an idea. This is when Instagram first came out. I said, I'm going to do a story. I'm going to look for Oz. I'm going to see if I can find Oz. And this is my first picture, okay? So that's what my whole program was. I can't read what that was, but these were what I said on Instagram. Okay, I can do it here. Okay, I'm on a self-imposed scavenger hunt. My theme, In Search of Oz. Feel free to follow along. Image 1, Emerald City. We're not in Skokie anymore. So that's the impetus of this little journey. Okay, so I get in downtown, look at the beach, and I see these kids playing soccer. They're real far away. I tell a photo of this. And I thought, I want to get close to these kids. And then I thought, you're a grown man. You do not want to get close to kids. You're a stranger. So just go like this. I mean, I didn't have a real telephoto, just an iPhone. So these are who? Munchkins. The timing was good. All right. Then it was all about to just fall apart. I didn't have my bike lock. I left it at home. And there was no way I'm going to ride my bike through city streets all day long. And I can't just leave it or it'll get stolen. So I typed in, bike stores. And Chicago was like, boom, 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 boom. Like there's one 50 feet away. So I walked to it, and they weren't a bike store, they were a bike rental, so they didn't have locks. But I told this young woman what I was doing, what I'm all about, this search for Oz. And she says, all right, I'll just give you a bike lock. So this is Glinda the Good Witch. And I was really happy with that. After I saw this later, I don't know if you can see it. Do you see this scar across her forehead? I just decided when I was looking at her that was a fight between her and the Wicked Witch of the West. Saw this man, and I said, I know what that is. What is it?
Scary art.
You know what? Someone else said that when I showed this. No, he's frozen solid. The Tin Man. And he's got gray slacks. His shoes almost look silver. The blue shirt has a silver tone. And again, he's frozen solid. So what I did was, I felt like, all right, I'm taking this man's picture without his knowledge. He's homeless. So he stuffed $2 in his front pocket. He never woke up. I walked about 1,000 feet, 500 maybe. I look back, just as I'm looking back, he comes out of his nap and looks around. I'm like, that is my sign. I'm doing the right thing. So this is what I'm trying to impress. If you like have a feeling and you want creativity to come to you, let it come to you. Don't chase it. Let it happen. I know it sounds, new agey, and I'm not a new agey guy, but it actually is true, at least for me, and it works. I made a mistake. I had the idea, I was going to the art museum, and I'm going to shoot the lions, the big statues in front of the Chicago Institute of Art. I got there, the Blackhawks were in the playoffs, so they put helmets on the lions. I said, there is your lesson. There's your mistake here. You planned that. Do not plan. That's how you fail. Sometimes in creativity. Let it come to you. That was the universe telling me, said, no, you don't get to cheat. You don't get to go, I know where I'm going to get my lion. You have to let that lion find you. So I actually went into the gift shop and I found an umbrella, opened it, and it had like a cartoon lion head on it. I guess they use that for a lot of materials. So I asked an employee there if she would pose for a picture for me, and she did. So found my lion at the Chicago Art Institute Museum shop. Now this is image 5. Meow. Okay, we all know who that is, right? See, this is the other thing I thought. It doesn't matter what gender they are. This is the scarecrow. Of course it is. Look how thin. Look at the cuffs. I watched her eat her lunch for 15 minutes, and then she finally finished, and I told her what I'm doing, and I gave her $5 too. I'm like, I'm taking your picture. You deserve something. And she said, sure. And then another creepy moment. She had shopping bags at her feet, and I almost said, can we move those because they're... I said, don't be a weirdo. She's going to think you're going to rob her. So I just... Again, as a creative, you're throwing curveballs. So you just go from the shins up, and I think it looked great. So this was basically the church behind him and the wrought iron. It looked like the Gothic Wicked Witch castle to me. And then I looked at him and I thought, he's got wrinkles. He looks like an old lady if you want him to be. And I figured that's Toto. So this is the Wicked Witch. And your little dog, too. Okay, believe it or not, those 5 or 6 pictures probably took 2 hours to find, maybe 3. And I saw the flowers, I'm like, all right, thank you. That's the poppies. Image 6, feeling drowsy. Okay, I know. How the hell did this happen? Again, if you believe that it'll come to you, it will. I don't know if that's true, but it's true for me. And because I opened up my mind to this, I believe that it happened. And then I realized last year, I read the book, The Artist's Way. I went through it. I got it like 10 years ago. I signed the contract in 2000, didn't do anything. Signed it again the next year, didn't do shit. And I just picked it up this last year. It's like, just read it, you got it. It's fantastic. It's a course on creative recovery or something like that. She has 2 things, Julie and Cameron, that she recommends. You do morning pages every day, write 3 pages, don't think about it. And the second one, she says, really important, is go on an artist date. And you will find all that creativity will come to you. It just shows up, and it does. And I'd done it years before that, but I didn't realize I was going on an artist date. So I just went in the store and shot my ruby slipper, and I'm so happy that she looked at the same time. And I got to start reading these because these were important. Image 9, what we're fighting for. Because that really was the whole premise, or the fight between the witch and Dorothy. Anyone? It's a horse of a different color. Yes, I really loved the Wizard of Oz movie. I saw it every year of my life for, And then this is, I went back to, I didn't go back, I went to black and white to kind of tease it, that this is, the Wicked Witch when she was not the Wicked Witch, riding her bike. Remember? And she was scary. So I said, flashback, how it all began, image 11, Miss Gulch. I had to look up her character name. No one knows that. Okay, so this is what I did. It probably took 5 hours. And I gave up on finding Oz. And I thought, why are you giving up? I thought, because Oz isn't real. It doesn't exist. It didn't in the movie. It's a hoax. And I just said, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So I started riding, getting to the path back home. I went under this bridge and I said, there you are. Wow, you're kidding me. I mean, the wings are almost like the smoke coming out when he's making that. And I was like, this is so cool. I am so happy with whoever, whatever made this happen. And I thought, you made it happen, Eric. You went back to being childlike. Children know how to have fun more than we do. And we do too. We just got to remember to let that child come back into us. I think I took 25 pictures of this because I was so excited. And I also wanted to keep the bike theme going, and I wanted to show the size relationship. So there's a lot of bikers going out here. I decided I was going to turn it into something else. So do you remember, maybe you don't, Instagram when it first started, they had the little cameras in the corner, this camera. And I thought, I did that as a joke because that's Yosemite. Because I was so mad at Instagram. Stop putting your little icon in the corner. And I'm sure a lot of people complained. And they finally got rid of it. But this is just a break between, now here's the book, okay? I decided to make it into an accordion book. There's the cover. This is a little brick about this big. I saved it forever. I almost threw it away a bunch of times. I said, why? It's not that big. But it's a real brick. I don't know what they use it for. So I painted it yellow. I said, all right, there's my cover, my yellow brick road. But now I'm making a book. So this is different than that, but I'm basing it on my trip. So I can't do a lot of writing. I have these little stamp, like all these letters I can stamp. I can dip it in anything, just stamp it. But I had to be short because I don't have a lot of room. And then I had a stamp of a, what is that called, a compass? Yeah, and I had an alphabet. So I said, all right, that's how I'm doing Oz. The compass is, where are you going? How are you going to find this? And we'll just go through, there's the first spread. I didn't look for this. I just found this key in my house. I don't even know what it goes to. I thought, yeah, she gave me the lock so I could lock my bike with the key. And again, short words, Glinda. And I do like that it's not perfect, so the letters are kind of messed up. But it's better than writing, for me. I wanted it to feel important. There's my scarecrow. I was driving by, what do you call it? A place where they sell plants and flowers. And I saw all this hay. It was like fall. I'm like, I'm going to steal some of those straw, because that's, you know, this, what's that called? Straw? Yeah, the scarecrow had straw. And I shortened it to crow because I don't have a lot of room. I did this on, there's a certain kind of printer, if you can get access to it, it'll print on a lot of materials. This was printed on like a tin thing that you can, I don't know, you know where I bought it. The stamp worked real nice there. And I was at my stepmother's house, and I can't believe this happened. I wasn't looking for it. This is a crown logo. You know, the king of, what is he? The king of the what? Yes. The courage, you know, he's the king of the forest. Yeah, so you said it. I don't even know what that goes to. Does anyone know what that logo is? It might be, it's just a crown engraved.
Crown Royal alcohol?
It might have been Crown Royal. She was a big drinker. Seriously. So that helped me. And I went to the pet shop and said, oh, I can engrave my own dog tag, so it's, and your little dog too. So I'm creating the book and using found objects, and it's as much fun as the trip was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just taking it to a different level. And I worked in advertising. I forgot to tell people, like, what's my background.
Yes.
So I worked in advertising for most of my life. And so I had access to colored gels that you would use in a photo studio or on a movie set. So I just cut those up and added more color to the horse color. I'm thinking, yeah, this is a book. Do not worry about being so telling the story that you just did. So horse, that's all I can afford. That's $5. Those damn things are not fun to do. They take forever. So making it short would actually help me. And Oz, of course, I put a little round mirror because I figured, all right, so Oz is not real. How do you get your brain, your heart, your home? Where do you go? You go to you. So that's your reflection. And that's how I did all this. I didn't rely on anything else but my intuition. And we are Oz in a sense. I'm trying not to be too poetic, but you know what I mean, I think. Just like you're your creator. It's all in you. So bring it out. So this is what the final product would look like, both sides. I did a little tornado on the back because I had one extra page. So you can turn the lights on if you want. Thank you, everybody. And so if you want to check this out, this is what we're going to make October 8th.